Day 56, 11,300 verses left. It's our third day in Jeremiah, and in chapter 24 we sort out the good figs from the bad. What? God basically says that the first load of people that got kidnapped by the king of Babylon will get completely restored, but Zedekiah is going to get totally done over. Check out 2 Kings 24 on day 28. In chapter 25, there's another instruction to turn back to God to be saved from disaster, but the people would still just rather worship their idols. So then God initiates history's worst ever drinking game, and it's not even optional. It's fairly normal in that there's loads of staggering around and vomit, but it's fairly abnormal in the fact that after you've played it, you get killed with a sword. Yeesh, you might want to try and avoid that one in Freshers Week. Jeremiah dodges another bullet in chapter 26 when people tried to kill him for saying mean things about them. Come on guys, sticks and stones may break my bones, but the guarantee of God's fury and wrath being poured out all over you will never hurt. In chapter 27, Jeremiah puts egg all over himself. Oh, not that kind of yolk. His point is that they are going to have to serve the king of Babylon, and he is going to completely loot the temple. It's just another prophecy that comes true in 2 Kings 25. Hananiah doesn't like all this negativity, and he breaks the yoke that Jeremiah's put on himself, and he says, everything will be fine in a couple of years. Chill out, Jeremiah. God doesn't like false prophets, and he tells Hananiah to drop dead. Oh, he does actually drop dead. Jeremiah then writes a letter to the exiles that got carried off in 2 Kings 24, and he tells them all to get comfy because nothing's going to change for a long time. Christians all love chapter 29 verse 11, but how come you never see verse 18 on a poster? Then at last in chapter 30, Jeremiah starts prophesying good stuff. He says they'll have peace and security and nobody will make them afraid, and he predicts that Jerusalem will get rebuilt, and we've already seen that that comes true on days 34 and 35. Man, Jeremiah's smashing it. In chapter 31, God reminds them about his everlasting love, and we get a little heads up about a new agreement that God's going to make with his people so that everybody can get to know him a lot more easily. Jeremiah then goes and spends a load of money on a patch of land that he knows is about to be taken over by the enemy kingdom. What a rookie. But since it comes with the promise of restoration and a future everlasting king from the line of David, maybe it wasn't such a bad idea. Tune in tomorrow for an absolutely massive I flippin' told you so!